Hey, it's Ubu, and today we're playing the demo for Doom Spiral. It's developed by Forbidden Sorcery, and you can find the game on itch.io. Basically, we're a hacker who's breached the system of a shadow organization that's been developing a system for shared consciousness. And now we're trapped in their domain, and we have to fight our way out. It sounded really interesting to me. I've played one of their games before, which is basically titled Triangle, an upside-down triangle. I remember really enjoying that game, so I don't know, I like their style, so I figured I'd try this out. It's very much akin to Super Hot, but I think it has its own spin about it, obviously, so I guess we'll try it out and see how it is for ourselves. And if you're not familiar with my channel, at the end of the video, I'll review the game and share my general thoughts. That's what I like to do here. So, I guess we'll hit start and see what's up. Start game. Also, there's no fully supported controller support for this game, so... Ooh. The spiral twists, and I got caught in its loops. Breaching attempt failed. Now they're in my head. What? Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, here we are. Woo! This is cool. I'm not sure what to expect or how I'm gonna... Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Okay, did I die? What's happening? Okay. Alright, let's try again. Boy, this is something. This is really something. Apparently we have a power too, but it didn't tell me what the control was. Alright. Oh my gosh. The sensitivity is crazy. Oh, okay. I literally can't tell what's going on. Maybe there's a way to slow down time. We gotta figure that out. Okay. Don't get close to them. Okay. I'm kind of hitting random buttons here to see if we can get a special power to activate. Okay. I'm cheating by not going forward. We'll see if we can figure this out. Tab shift, control alt, no. Oh, okay, we got, I guess, too close to them? Alrighty then. I mean, this game is really cool. I don't know if I'll be able to beat it, but we'll try. Okay, I'm not really sure I understand this. We're gonna get past that first room. Alright, we're doing stuff, Hey, we made it through! Oh god. Alright, here we go, we're doing stuff. Gotta concentrate. Sick, sick. Oh, I wasted my power. Alright. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, what's happening? What's going on? I'm moving forward, I think. Whoa, this is cool, dude. What does that say? Wishlist, Doom Spiral. Alright. Oh, 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 oh. I don't know how I'm supposed to make it through that unless I have slow motion. Alright, well, we made it through. The spiral will keep on twisting. Okay, wishlist, Doom Spiral. Thank you for playing this demo. To support the project, you can wishlist it and check out other games I've been working on. There's their link tree, Forbidden Sorcery. Okay, I'm back on the main menu, where now I'll review the game as best I can with this weird noise playing on here. So, first I start with visuals. I actually think the game looks awesome. Really cool stuff. I like the game aesthetically, just in general. I do like the weird aesthetic like our guns have and that the enemies have, all the red lights and the glitching out and stuff like that. I think it looks really cool. I very much enjoy the overall aesthetics of the game visually. So I think my only issue with the enemy design is that it's really hard to really see where they're standing because they do shift and glitch a lot. I think if you gave them a little bit more of a silhouette around them or some kind of an outline, I don't mind the way they're done in general, but it makes shooting very difficult, which I'll get more into as I talk about this. But other than that, I think visually the game is very interesting to me. I do very much enjoy also the weird sort of moments like at the end where we're going through the hallway very slowly. You know, we see the red ring at the end of the hall. Things are kind of shifting in and out of colors and, you know, stuff like that. So I think it's a really cool, interesting design. So I think he did a really cool job with that. So good work. In terms of audio, I think the audio is really strong. I don't quite like this weird sound on the main menu personally. I think it's intriguing, but it's a little grating personally. But aside from that, I would say audio in the game is pretty well done. I like the chunky reloading sound that we have. I like the way the gunfire sounds. I don't have an issue with that personally. I like all the sound design in general, all the, you know, deep bass and stuff that happens when, you know, we're spawning in or at the end of the demo. You know, all of that I think works really well to complement the overall theme and tone of the game. So I don't really have an issue with audio personally, other than this main menu. That's just my personal tidbit about that. So mechanically, I quite had fun playing the game. It's a little fast-paced for me, but obviously I got used to it. Just take some practice. It's pretty quick. I think having a little bit more visual clarity with the enemy's silhouette, I think would really help with the overall pacing of the game, because my main issue with the combat is that we have very few shots before we have to reload. I think we had a couple more bullets per gun. I think it would complement the speed of the game a little bit better, because it is so visually noisy when trying to find the enemies. Even when they're in just small hallways, like narrow hallways, it's visually noisy with the enemy design. So I think with that being maybe adjusted a little bit, and maybe having a little bit more ammo or something of that nature, I think the game could feel a little bit more satisfying. Unless that's your intention for it to be sort of a rinse and repeat sort of challenge. I understand that. Just as a personal preference, if it didn't feel so sporadic and hard to track enemies, I think it would just be a little bit more rewarding personally. I think it's cool that you pick up items from them to basically keep the level stabilized, because you couldn't just stay in a room and dodge as long as you wanted. Eventually the game would time out and you would fall through the floor. So you need to kill the enemies and pick up their spheres or whatever and continue the dream, I assume. That's how I'm going to put it. So I think that's cool as well. It incentivizes you learning the room, killing the enemies, picking up their items so that way the level doesn't collapse. So I think that's really cool mechanically. And like I said, I think just how noisy the enemies look visually, if it was fine-tuned and we had a little bit more ammo, I think mechanically the game just would be a little bit stronger personally. That's just my opinion. And I'm curious to see how it goes with how each level will be designed, if they'll have different environments or if it just becomes increasingly chaotic and confusing. Obviously, if that happened, that would be pretty cool. I'm not sure how challenging that will be, but I guess we'll see what's up. I do also like the slow motion. I wish maybe if you use it and then immediately deactivate it, that you had some kind of a bar that you built up or some sort of set amount of time to use with it before it goes fully on cooldown. Because I had a moment where I activated it on accident a couple times, and when I would immediately deactivate it because I didn't think I had anybody to shoot, then it would just be gone. So you have to, like, I guess as you pick up the spheres or kill enemies, you build up your superpower, but I kind of wish it just had a set time. So let's say it has 5 seconds total when you have it fully charged. If you were to hit it and use 1 second of it and turn it off, you still have 4 seconds left. Maybe you could cheese the game too much that way, but I think it would make it feel just a little bit more engaging that way, but that's just the way I see it. Other than that, I would say mechanically the game is very interesting, and I think it has a lot of potential if fine-tuned. In terms of story and concept, the story is vague, but I like it. It's just a simple, like, we're a hacker, we broke in or breached the system of some shadow organization that's working on layered consciousness. So we find ourselves trapped in it, and we need to fight our way out. So very much akin to The Matrix or something like that, Inception, cool blend of themes and things that I'm familiar with that I actually really enjoy. And I like the weird dystopian feel the game has. So really cool stuff in terms of concept. Like I said, the story just kind of ends there, but I think conceptually the game definitely carries itself pretty well. And I like the overall appeal of the game and just the way it feels to play it. Like I said, things do need to be fine-tuned for me personally, but conceptually I would say the game is really strong, even if the story is pretty simple and straightforward. In terms of performance, the game performed just fine. I had no problems with the game's performance. You have very simple options here with windowed mode. You have your resolution, you have your graphics, which is on normal by default for me, and then I turned VSync on. So I'd like to see this cleaned up a little bit with, you know, matching text or whatever, just to make it just visually more complementary to the overall game. But you know, for what you have here, it's fine. I think maybe volume options and things like that will be welcome. But yeah, pretty simple settings in general, no problem though. So my final judgment for the Doom Spiral demo is I would say it's okay. While I really enjoy the visuals and its audio design and even the mechanics, I think a lot of it could be fine-tuned in a certain way to make the game feel a little bit more rewarding, maybe a little bit more engaging, maybe not as chaotic visually. And I think the game will come together really well if you decide to do some changes like that. You know, of course, these are just my opinions. I'm not telling you to change your game, but I just think it would help give the game a little bit more of an accessible level. Not saying that it doesn't need to be challenging or shouldn't be. I think just the chaotic nature of it and its difficulty may turn some people off, especially right out of the gate. But of course, practice makes perfect. So I guess, like me, just keep trying if you have difficulties with it, and I'm sure you'll make it through. The game has really good bones, and I think the more you work on it and add to it and adjust some things, I think it has a lot of potential, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, keep up the great work, and I wish you the best of luck on your future endeavors. Tell me what you think in the comments below. What are your thoughts on this game? Do you agree or disagree with me? Do you have anything to add? You just want to say hi? Let me know what's up. And if you enjoy my content, hit subscribe, leave a like, comment, and share the video. I'd greatly appreciate your support. And don't forget to check the pinned comment below for the links to everything. Go play this game for yourself, form your own opinion, and I'm sure the developer would really appreciate your feedback as well as mine. Also, check the video description for links to my socials if that interests you. I don't really do a whole lot on there, but you will see me post when my latest videos come out, and I kind of just chat and talk around with things that I like and follow and I'm interested in. So yeah, if you're interested in that, just go check those out. Anyways, thanks for watching my video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I think that's all I have to say about it. So thanks for hanging out with me, and don't forget, the pale moth is always watching.